So last night was the first round of the play-in, and to be completely honest with you guys, I was not ready for this game. I was not ready for any of these games. I was just I had a very rough night. I was very dehydrated. It was very hot in the house. I was knocked out. I catch the game midway through, right? Just Jesus Christ, man. Early. I see none of Lamelo. I see none of Lamelo's made threes. I just want to keep that transparent. So, yeah, I am going to be very hard on Lamelo today, because from what I did see from Lamelo, even though he had 30 points, he had the game winner. I know, thrilling game, win to OT, and maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but that was one of the weirdest games you've ever seen in your life. And don't lie to me. That was one of the weirdest games you've seen in your life, because there's so many things about this game that's just weird in general. Because it's a playing game. It's a playing game. That means it's no longer in the regular season, but it's not quite in the playoffs yet. So a lot of these statistics just don't exist. I would push that instead of having playoff stats, for anyone who ever has the unfortunate play-in season, and you have to play in the play-in, that sounded really dumb and repetitive. But if you have to be in the play-in, I need these stats to be recorded under postseason stats. And all of the playoff stats that we had, they just need to be renamed postseason. It's not going to change anything at all. All right, it's not. I don't know why the commentators seem to be confused about this too. Like, they're like, these stats just vanish into the ether. I'm sorry, it's this game. They're clearly not regular season games. So, yeah, if you can be eliminated, they're not regular season games. I don't know. All right. 2, I'm having technical difficulties with my laptop. It's just I don't know what the fuck is going on with it. It's like it's asking me for my pin. Maybe someone who can help me in the comment section below probably will have it figured out before you even comment anything. But like, regardless, a weird game. It was a completely weird game. It went to overtime. I know everyone's sitting there thinking to themselves, how did Miami and Charlotte Hornets, who have been one of the hottest teams in the Eastern Conference post-January, even wind up in this situation to begin with? Most of us thought that eventually Charlotte's going to escape the play-in tier, and they're going to be somewhere near. They're going to be, if they're in the play-in, they'll probably be the 7th, 8th seed. No. This team went on one of the weirdest losing streaks prior just to getting here, and a lot of that had to do with the struggles of Colin Knueppel, who still finished the season with the most made threes. And LaMelo is the second most made threes. This team shoots a lot of threes. They are living by the 3 and dying by the 3. That is Charles Lee's offense. That is something that I would like to pick up on and look at the fact that the Boston Celtics ran a very similar thing. So if the X's and O's of the offense are mostly Charles Lee, I think that he would have the flaws of this memorized. So they play against the Miami Heat. Miami Heat is a team that is famous for running zone. They're one of the only teams in the league that runs zone super consistently. And the reason they run it super consistently is because their team is one of the most well-built players in the league. They run these guys great. There's a very low amount of body fat that these guys are even allowed to have on this team, right? It works well. They're very well coached, very disciplined team, obviously. But there's one thing that the zone cannot do. The zone is great. It is a great defense. Unless the opposing team has a transcendent playmaker, zone becomes completely ineffective with that. Now, if you know anything about the Hornets, you should know that LaMelo Ball is this team's playmaker, primary playmaker. No one on the team has the passing that he has. LaMelo Ball also has a very high usage rate on this team. So the ball is going to be in LaMelo's hands 95% of the time. Well, not 95% of the time, but a lot. So if LaMelo has the ball and the enemy team is running zone, something that he's had 4 games of the regular season to prepare against, watch against, do all that and stuff, like film studies, all of that, right? Why did LaMelo Ball look completely afraid of the zone? Why did he look like he didn't know what the fuck was going on? Why did the Charlotte Hornets in general, even though they were shooting poorly, and I don't mean the Hornets at large, I really mean LaMelo and Khan, who are the three, again, the league's 1 and 2 as far as threes made. If they're struggling from three and you're playing against the zone, which the best way to break down the zone is with an interior presence, and you have two of the best cutters in the league, in Miles Bridges and Brandon Miller, two of the best cutters from the wing position, who are constantly in the corner for threes. You have these guys. Why on God's green earth did you look lost against the zone last night? I have no idea. I don't get it. The answer to beat the zone, by the way, is something that this team already runs. You know the lobs that everyone throws are kind of flashy? They break down the zone because the cutter and the zone and the big man oh God, bro. Now look, Bam is a great rim protector, right? Bam was not playing in the moments that I'm talking about. He's not there at all. And this team should be able to identify this because they should be planning for minutes when Bam is off the floor. Because if Bam is not on the floor, it's Moussa Diabate versus Khalil Ware. That is an easy match run or call runner. Either of those two bigs are better at getting to the basket and controlling rebounds than Khalil Ware. I hate to break it to you guys, but Bam and Khalil Ware, there's a massive difference in the two's ability to rim protect. And Bam is a very mobile big too, so he's not anchored to the paint. If you have him moving in the zone, it collapses, and he wasn't even there. I don't know why this team didn't know what to do in that situation. Now LaMelo finished the game with 30 points. He had the game winner. So if you think I'm being way too hard on LaMelo for what is officially his first postseason appearance, one, I'm being too hard on LaMelo Ball because I'm pointing out the weaknesses in his game that we all know about. His bad decision making. Shut up. His 2 of 16 shooting from 3 was really detrimental to this team's offense. No one can deny it. I think the bigger problem is that he kept shooting the motherfuckers. He made 2 threes, right? Before I started watching the game. That means, for the time I started watching, he would proceed to miss over at least 8 more threes in that time period that I was watching. And he kept shooting them. And they weren't like, and these threes that I'm talking about, these are Steph Curry range threes. Now LaMelo, he's got a decent range. I won't lie to you and say that he's not a good shooter. You don't make the second most threes in the NBA in 2025 to 26 season without being a good 3-point shooter. The problem is he's still taking these ill-advised threes at this point in time. They're not falling. The defense, frankly, is not going for them. They're not amused. They're like, cool, shoot him, keep doing it. The only people on this team who are having positive 3-point shooting nights are Miles Bridges and Brandon Miller. The threat of these two shooting the 3 alone should be enough to get defenders moving in the zone. But the easiest thing they have to do is pump fake, because both of these two have decent enough shots, whereas though, yeah, I'm probably going to jump on that. I probably have to. If they pump faked and just cut to the basket, and they were allergic to the basket last night. I truly want you to think about how bad this was. They are shooting poorly. They're not going to the basket. The amount of offensive rebounds that Diabate has generated and, quite frankly, allowed and keep this team surviving in Cock Runner 2, it's the only thing that's making the offense hum at this point, because the threes are not falling. And the moments of running Grant Williams for small ball, Charles, are you trying to get fired? Is LaMelo Ball making you really question why you would even want to be a head coach in the NBA? I get it. It's LaMelo Ball. Off the court, LaMelo Ball is enough for me, dog. I can't imagine coaching him on the court. It's just, oh God, man. Like, I feel so bad for Charles Lee. God. Anyway, speaking of, let's go back to grilling his shit, because Coby White is the only person on this team who actually deserved to be moving on. Now, Coby has some history with the Miami Heat. They have eliminated this man in the play-in for 4 consecutive years. 4 consecutive years. Let's talk. Actually, wait. Before we do that, let's talk about why Bam Adebayo wasn't playing late into this game, because he started this game. Dirty play from LaMelo Ball. Very dirty play from LaMelo Ball. Should have resulted in a flagrant 2. In my opinion, was a complete no call and was missed by the NBA. How? How was that missed? Ref standing on the baseline. Not the baseline, the right under the basket where the foul occurs. Missed call. That should have been an ejection. LaMelo shouldn't have been in this situation to shoot 2 of 16 from 3 because he should have been ejected far earlier. Regardless of all that, the Heat were still in this game. And the reason they were in this game, again, the poor shooting and the inability for them to go to the rim, I, again, don't know what they're thinking. I don't know if they were thinking, to be quite honest. Coby White saved this team. Oh my God, he saved this team. They were down like 9 points, and with 3 not falling at all. They were down 9 points. Coby White gives them 14 in the third quarter. Yes, Coby White, 16 off the bench for this team normally. Coby White gave them 14 in the third, and he didn't just stop shooting in the fourth quarter. Coby White's pass led to a 3 that worked and helped them even be in this situation again. To even compete. It was a Brandon Miller 3, by the way, if anyone's wondering. Coby went freaking nuts. The shot that forced OT was a Coby corner 3, catch and shoot, immediately fading one-legged basically shot from the corner. I don't know if any of you know this. A catch and shoot corner 3 that is not wide open is a hard shot. It is. And the fact that he hasn't been with his team the entire year means that's not a shot that he's probably used to getting. And also, Coby has been injured throughout most of his tenure with the Chicago Bulls this year. I would not have been ready for any of this if I'm Coby White. And the fact that Coby White shot like Steph Curry last night is the only reason that this team is advancing to play the the loser of the 7-8 game. It's so crazy, dog. It's so crazy. I don't think it's going to be understated how crazy that is. It's Philly and... Let me just talk about the teams where I know it isn't so I can get through this. It's not Washington. It's not Brooklyn. It's the Knicks. It's not the Cavs. It's not the Celtics. It's not the Hawks, I don't think. It's not the Raptors. Oh, Philly. It's not the Bucks either. Chicago's out too. Pacers are out. I'm not really sure who this is. And I would love to look it up. Again, laptop not functioning. Whoever Philly's playing today. I'm sorry that I'm blanking on you, dog, but hey. By the way, why was this 9-10 East game and the 7-8 West game played today? Like, I normally have grabs at the play-in because, like, I just think that it's kind of, like, weird sometimes, but, like, this is... That was just why. Why was that a thing? Why was that a thing at all? I don't know. I just, what? Don't know what that was about, but yeah, it happened. Jesus Christ, man. Let's see. Anyway, for those who don't know, I don't like Deni Avdija. Not a fan of Deni Avdija at all. Now, this is because of his off-court stuff. Let's talk about his basketball performance. Last night, Deni Avdija had 41 points. I'm sorry, I can't even pretend to be excited about this. He had a 40 ball, and it was a very quiet 40 ball, to be quite honest. Deni is it. I can't stand the person, and his game is also not. Y'all don't like free throw shooters? Oh boy. Y'all don't like people who flop a little bit and embellish contact? Oh boy. Deni Avdija. Bro, they had me rooting for Dillon Brooks last night. It was a dark time. And that realization hit me really hard that I had to root for Dillon Brooks, dog. It was tough. I'd root for Jalen Green, who I don't believe in as a basketball player, dog. It was tough. The Jordan R coached Phoenix Suns were playing against the Tiago Splitter led Portland Trailblazers. I'm gonna be completely honest with you when I say this. This game was so much better than the other game that winded up going into overtime. And that's with the heroics of Kobe White. That's with LaMelo Ball struggles and eventual game winner and all that. That's with the drama from that. That's with the Tyler Hero made very important shot. That's with them almost choking the game away completely. With an errant pass from LaMelo, which, oh my goodness, the fact that didn't result in a shot from Miami was confusing. And then a very bad a very bad foul from LaMelo as well. Like everything that could have went wrong, that almost left this team losing happened last night. I don't know, dog. But Miami was able to roll through the punches through that was kind of crazy, insane to be quite honest. Let's talk about the Phoenix Suns, dog. I'm sorry, I just can't shake my head enough. I'm very disappointed in the Suns last night. The reason I'm very disappointed in the Suns is because not only did their defense completely outmatched by the Portland Trailblazers, their defense was better. The Trailblazers played better defense the entire night. The offense of the Phoenix Suns also just was not really there. D-Book had a very quiet game, not a very productive one either from a Stars perspective. Shout out Jalen Green because he was one of the only things that was going for this team offensively for a while, and then it just stopped going. It stopped going. And when Jalen Green's offense isn't going, yeah, his shot selection just makes you just So you know how there are people in the league who are like old heads and stuff will look over and be like, he takes too many threes. I'm like that for guys who take too many mid-range shots. Now, I also get like that for people who take too many threes to LaMelo Ball last night. But primarily, I am a guy who's like looking over like that's too many mid-range shots from a guy who's not that good. Jalen Green was doing that the entire night. Dylan Brooks, very close three from him in a very important moment in the fourth quarter. Cannot lie. Him fouling out though was the sign that this game was absolutely over. They could not guard Denny to save their lives. And that's an understatement. 40 doesn't just happen, by the way. Denny played great last night. There's no denying that. That being said, he's still a piece of garbage. Still a terrible human being. I don't want that to diminish from like how horrible of a human being he is. Like I fucking hate Denny Avdija. Oh, dude, Denny Avdija was the worst person that played last night, and Miles Bridges has had multiple DV cases against him, dog. Do you know how crazy that is? I can't cover his game unironically without being biased. I'm sorry, I just can't. I know people are gonna be like, that's unprofessional. I'm not a professional. I'm a guy with a YouTube account. Shut up. Denny, 40 ball. Damn. Brother. D-Book almost fouled out this game. I'm honestly surprised that they didn't have him in more actions. Because literally anytime he had to guard Shaden or Denny, he was barbecue chicken, dog. It was really bad. The offensive rebounding for the Phoenix Suns is a thing that normally keeps them in the game. It was certainly there sometimes. Mark Williams, I saw Mark Williams play great shot, had some great shot blocking moments. Can't deny that. The fact they were able to roll with the punches, considering that the Phoenix Suns just don't have nearly as much playmaking options as the Portland Trailblazers, it's really amazing, to be honest. That being said, the Phoenix Suns are the reason why they lost this game, dog. They just are. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, the other team played better than them. Sure. You can say that. I would point to the shooting from the Suns and the shot selection from the Suns. Now, again, they don't have a lot of shots to get off. Oh, by the way, Colin Gillespie was completely unplayable last night. I like to call him Mark Grayson, too. I don't even know why I said Mark Grayson. Grayson Allen, sorry. Ooh, Mark Grayson is invincible. he was unplayable last night. And the reason he was unplayable last night is because the threes were not falling to the degree that they needed to for him to be out there. And he's food anytime Denny sees him. And anytime Shaedon Sharpe sees him, he's food. This team's defense relies a lot on their interior presence. And I hate to break it to you, but that that perimeter with Jalen Green, Colin Gillespie, and Devin Booker got some flaws to it, dog. Can't lie. Now, and by the way, Dylan was a positive defender last night, despite him having 6 fouls and fouling out. They kept getting him out of position because he's guarding. Sorry, they kept getting him out of position because he's guarding like such a dynamic duo. Like, I don't know what you could possibly do in that situation. I'm sorry. I thought the Suns were going to win this. I did not account for that. I didn't. I don't know how I could have accounted for that. That was really hard to watch. That was a close game. By the way, Phoenix did start making some perimeter shots later in the game after Portland cooled off. But they're a jump shooting team, and jump shooting teams do not get to the free throw line nearly as much, especially considering the primary offense from them is jump shots. The difference was in free throws. It's not even just in like free throws taken, it's the forcing of free throws. Shaedon Sharpe was not hitting a lot of shots. He was going to the free throw line though with a good regularity for him. Denny Advia. Well, Denny was hitting shots, but he was just hitting shots in like the paint. Like perimeter shots, I didn't see any. His ability to drive to the basket is what got them in the free throw line, and that slows down the game, it grinds it out, and it makes your defenders exhausted and tired. And even though it's a single elimination game and it's not a series, that's tough. By the way, Donovan Clingan had moments where he looked really good on the defensive end, and he's also had moments where he looked so lost on the offensive end. I don't know how he's playable. Kamara, Alvin Kamara. Why do I want to say that? I don't think that's his name. 33 on the Portland Trail Blazers. He recently developed a 3-point shot, and I didn't see a lot of threes from him last night. They didn't take them. I didn't really take them. That's something to look forward to, or not look forward to, look out for in the postseason. They're going to need a lot of perimeter shooting from this team. They're going against Wemby. I hate to break it to everybody. The shots that they were getting off against the Phoenix Suns, Mark Williams. If you think Mark Williams was absolutely blasting shots, Wemby's going to keep those in bounds. This is not the formula to beat the Spurs. They don't have the shooting to beat the Spurs. Their defense is not as good as the Spurs. They are cooked. I think winning this game and going to face the Spurs is not going to result in anything positive for this team. So there's that. Cover both games. Let's talk about the ones that are coming on tonight. Clippers are going to be playing against the Golden State Warriors. I am going to give you my briefest of analysis because I do not think it requires that much. The Golden State Warriors will be facing the Phoenix Suns for that 8th seed, and I'm very confident in saying this. Now, if I had to predict how the games would have went last night, I would have had Phoenix winning, and I would have had Charlotte winning. I was right about half of those things, and that was with Charlotte shitting the fucking bed for the most part, to be quite honest. I do not think that there will be such luck for this team. I just don't. There will not be such luck for this team. Okay? We understand that? Good. So, really quickly, the reason they're kind of cooked, the reason that the Warriors are cooked is because Porzingis is either, I don't know if Porzingis will be healthy, and we have no idea what version of Porzingis we'll get. Brandon Podziemski. Do I need I say more? B-Pods is on the court. Need I say more? Steph Curry does not have the offensive help that he has, and the defense of this team is mediocre. Thoroughly mediocre, actually. If Draymond Green is on the floor for many minutes, that this team is not going to look good. And Draymond Green being on the floor is a negative at this point in his career. I don't think at least, that is going to work out. The defense looks better without him. They're missing Moses Moody. There's no reason for the Warriors to even try. I don't. Especially when the reward for winning this game, is likely facing the Suns, right? And if you win that game, is going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Yeah, I don't see why Steph would try really hard in this game. He's a competitor. Don't get it twisted. Dog, this is not worth it. It's not. It's so not worth it for anyone involved. It's not worth it for anyone. It's not. I don't know. I think this might be Steve Kerr's last year as a coach, dog. Really, I do. I don't really know how they could salvage this. Now, they might just have loyalty to him because whatever, but look, I would fire Steve Kerr at this point and start looking to rebuild. And if Steph doesn't want to be a part of that rebuild, he better ask for a trade now. Because it's about to get rough. I don't even know what they would run. I don't know the players who are going to be out there for Golden State. I know what the Clippers can do. They have Kawhi Leonard. They have Darius Garland, who's been playing really well for them. They have Benedict Mathurin, who was in Game 7 of a finals last year. I'm not worried about this team. I'm not worried about this team. They're not only do they have the better coaches, they have the better players. What are the Golden State Warriors going to do in this situation? Really? What are they going to do? I'm just saying. They were the 10th seed for a reason. I don't know. I think you're all cooked. I think you're fucked, actually. So, the Clippers are going to win this game. I just can't pretend that they're not. And then the Sixers, again, I don't even know who they're facing. I don't know. I don't know why I don't know. It's blanking my brain. I wish I knew right now, and I wish my fucking laptop would allow me to do such a thing. It's not. It's really tilting, by the way. I just don't understand why it's acting. Regardless, Philly is going to have to play someone. I just can't remember who that someone is. I'm so sorry, guys. I can't. I don't know who it is. So I won't have an opinion on that game and who's going to win that game because I literally just don't remember who they're playing against. I don't, dog. It is escaping me, man. It is really tough. Let me just, right at the end of the video, like, comment, subscribe if you like the video already and whatever. Not the number 1 seed is the Pistons, 2 Celtics, Knicks, Cavs, Raptors, Hawks, Sixers. Let's go to the bottom of the conference really quickly. Right, the Wizards, then the Pacers, then the Nets. Wizards, Pacers, Nets. Wizards, Pacers, Nets. It's not the Bucks. It's not Miami. It's not Charlotte. Who is the really mid team out east? Who is mid? I know someone's screaming at me internally, trying to get me to remember this team, bro. Hold on, I'm gonna look for a prop really quickly. We'll be right back. I'll come back to you. So, I found my prop, and you're not gonna believe who the team I forgot was. It's the Orlando Magic. For those of you who don't know why this is so funny to me, this is from the team that I thought could be in the top 4 seeds. I thought they could even be the 3rd seed. I thought they would be the number 2 seed when it was all said and done into the season. And I couldn't remember that they were in the play-in right now. I listed every single team at the bottom of the East, worked my way up to the 9-10 seed, and I worked my way down. I could not remember Orlando to save my life. And that's a depiction of this entire season. It is going to be a very forgettable season. This team has been massively disappointing I do not expect that to stop because they're in a single elimination game. Now, they could beat Philly because I don't know. Because frankly, I don't know what version of Philly we're going to get. Are we going to get Paul George playing at a good level? Are we going to get Embiid playing at a good level? Are they going to even play at all? Is Tyrese Maxey going to give them 30? Probably. But again, his primary matchup is Jalen Suggs, so who knows about that. Anything about these teams is up in the air. There's no concrete thing about these teams. And for that matter, let's talk about the Orlando Magic. What are we going to get out of the Orlando Magic today? I don't know. Is Paolo going to have a consistent shot? Probably not. That's something that I'm very confident in saying that's not going to happen. But what is Franz going to do tonight? What is Jalen going to do tonight? What is Wendell Carter Jr. going to do tonight? How much of Anthony Black are we going to see tonight? What is Jalen Suggs going to do for this team? How much Desmond Bane perimeter shooting are we going to receive tonight? Is Jamalis Mosley's defense going to even look good against the Sixers today? I have no idea. I am perplexed. I am hoping for the best basketball game possible because, frankly, the results don't matter. Whatever team is playing, whatever team wins this game is going to have the pleasure of going up against the Boston Celtics in the first round. Boy, oh boy, I hate to be that team. And whatever team loses this game has the chance to play against the Charlotte Hornets. No one is in a good position here. No one is in a good position here. It's all chaos. If I had to guess, I think Orlando is going to lose because Orlando's offense is fucking awful. Just for those who don't know, Orlando has the worst fourth quarter offense of any team in the NBA. I would like to reiterate this. The worst offense of any team in the NBA when it comes to the fourth quarter. Maybe I think the sole exception of the Toronto Raptors, would the Toronto Raptors make up for that for being a genuinely really, really good defense. The Orlando Magic are not that. So anyway, like, comment, subscribe if you really like the video. I think that it's been a very fun one, even though my laptop is not cooperating with me at all and wouldn't let me pull up the statistics for this video, which I would have liked to do. Yeah. Have a good day. Bye.